Today we're talking about the INFJ personality in combination with the most common Enneagram types that one can find in association with the INFJ. Over the past few videos, I've been tackling mainly, let's say, the three most common Enneagram types for the MBTI type that I chose. But this time I'm actually gonna expand a little bit because I've noticed on Instagram with you guys that a lot of you are interested in seeing the INFJ in many different kind of Enneagram combinations. And to be honest, there is a quite wide distribution here. The Enneagram types that we will talk about are Enneagram 1, Enneagram 2, Enneagram 4, Enneagram 5, and Enneagram 9. So we will have 5 different perspectives into how any MBTI type, and more specifically the INFJ in this scenario, combines with this different Enneagram perspectives or Enneagram mirrorings. So let's start with Enneagram 1. I would say that the INFJ in combination with Enneagram 1 is the kind of person who's actually very reserved at a first glance. It's the kind of person that you will meet and think, oh, I might have a little bit of difficulty approaching this person because they really seem like they're very contained. Like they're very put together, well put together. Like they don't really seem very approachable or very friendly at a first glance. And I might wonder whether I would like to get closer, whether I would like to ask something, whether I would like to kind of get to know them better. And I think this NITI combination is a little bit more obvious for the INFJ Enneagram 1 because it seems like often they want to neglect the expression of their parent function, which is extroverted feeling. So this kind of INFJ will spend a lot of time thinking about, how can I analyze things better and how can I understand things in a logical way? How can I put the information that I learn together in a framework in such a way that I can make sense of it? Okay, how can I structure my ideas and thoughts? And sometimes because they can become so overly analytical, they might really neglect the expression of extroverted feeling. And this can cause them several problems because whenever we neglect our parent function, this causes serious imbalance in the way our personality manifests itself. So it's not like this kind of INFJ does not need to use extroverted feeling. They still do, and it's still very important for them to be able to do that. So the point of growth for this person will be to kind of step aside from all of this heavy reliance on introverted intuition and introverted thinking and acknowledge the fact that being able to use and express extroverted feeling is extremely important for their character development. And because Enneagram 1 is an anger type or a rage type, this kind of INFJ will often appear to be quite angry and frustrated, especially when at an unhealthy level, and they will seriously try to kind of control this rage that they experience on a deep level by being the kind of person who is extremely perfectionistic about every single thing that they do. So they look at all of the possible details and try to make sure that everything they do is top-notch in their personal and in their professional lives. But the key to their happiness will be tapping into that extroverted feeling function. Okay? Now, if we look at INFJ Enneagram 2, this person will probably have a very different vibe from the INFJ Enneagram 1 and will be the person who will tap much more easily into extroverted feeling. Their extroverted feeling, the parent function, will shine. It will be very obvious, and a lot of people might perceive them to be as ENFJs or even ESFJs at times because of the fact that they're so comfortable interacting with the world by using extroverted feeling. It's not like this will be their dominant function. It will just be the case that they will be more comfortable using and expressing this process. And because they will care so much about putting other people first and making sure that other people have all of their needs met and that everything is perfect and everyone around them is happy and fulfilled and satisfied, they will really kind of forget to take care of themselves. So they will fall into the trap of using too much extroverted feeling and not really taking care of their own needs and coming back to themselves and asking themselves, what is really important to me? What do I really care about? What do I need right here, right now? And because they keep going and going and pleasing, at some point they will be very frustrated. And this, of course, will lead to aggressive behaviors, either verbally or through actions. And other people might be really upset and frustrated at them, okay? So the really important thing for the INFJ too is to tap into that introverted thinking function in order to balance their extroverted feeling and help them come back to themselves and ask themselves, what about me, okay? Now, moving on, we've got INFJ Type 4. This is another relatively common combination, although in my opinion, the energy of Enneagram 4 is much closer to the energy of introverted feeling, okay? So it's more likely that we will find it in FP personality types. But it can still be a possibility, and it's still quite often found among INFJs. And what will be special about this person will be that they will be much more withdrawn and focused on the emotional life, okay? They will want to prove to themselves that they are special, just like the Enneagram 4 generally does. They will care a lot about having this special identity and being different and unique from everyone else. And they will really try to find a way to convince themselves and other people that they're different, that they're special. And of course, this can really lead to serious problems in terms of realizing that, yes, okay, of course you are unique, everyone else is unique, but that doesn't mean that you have to be special in every single way. It's also okay to be similar to other people. It's also okay to find points of shared interests, of commonalities between you and your friends and your family and society and everyone else around you, because that's basically what people are all about. So the key for this kind of person will also be to look at extroverted feeling and extroverted sensing and use those functions to kind of understand that it's good to have common things with other people. It's good to have mutual kinds of feelings, shared kind of feelings and social norms, okay, with the usage of FE or with the aid of FE. And at the same time, it's also good to have good experiences with other people. And they will understand this through tapping into extroverted sensing. So basically, the INFJ 4 will appear to be quite withdrawn and emotional to a lot of other people, but with the aid of their extroverted functions, they will make steps towards reaching a higher level of health and being much more happy and contained in their lives. And going on the same line, INFJ Type 5 is also relatively common. And what I noticed here is that this kind of person is much more likely to be very much interested into exploring the insights that their introverted thinking brings, so the child function. And often enough, they might mistype as INTPs or ISTPs because they really enjoy spending time doing research and conducting a lot of analysis, because what is really important for Enneagram Type 5 is to prove to themselves that they are knowledgeable experts. And they will really care about mastering a subject or a multitude of subjects of interest and making sure that they have a lot of knowledge, a lot of know-how, so that feeling of anxiety that is typical for the Enneagram 5 disappears. And the INFJ will probably do this best with the aid of introverted thinking. Of course, the hero introverted intuition will still be there and will play the most major role into what this person is doing. But introverted thinking will actually be the function that will shine out more, because it's the child function, and the child function generally is concerned with being proud and coming out and receiving affirmation from other people. And it's quite common that we might mistype as having the child function versus the hero function swapped, okay? So if your, let's say, child function is introverted thinking, you might think that this is your dominant function, your hero function. That's why this kind of INFJ might mistype as INTPs or ISTPs, because of how much of an importance they place into the usage of introverted thinking. So again, the key for growth and the key for transformation for this person will be to acknowledge the fact that extroverted feeling is still extremely important to their mental health, and that they don't always have to be knowledgeable experts, that sometimes it's okay to just be there and share things with the people they love the most. And lastly, we've got INFJ Anagram 9. Again, this is the kind of person who will really care about peace. Sometimes they might think they're Enneagram 2, just as Enneagram 2 might think they're Enneagram 9, because they have similar energies. And this kind of INFJ will really be concerned with maintaining peace, maintaining this really harmonious atmosphere around them. Because not only are they Enneagram 9, the type that is most interested in not having conflicts, inner or outer conflicts, but they're also idealists as a temperament, which again is the temperament that really cares about harmony and a lack of conflict, and it highly values cooperation. So Enneagram 9 in combination with the INFJ in this case will also really care about making people work together, stimulating cooperation, stimulating appreciation of one another, and finding ways to make people feel comfortable and emotionally safe, to be who they are, to express themselves, and so on and so forth. But of course, if this kind of person keeps neglecting facing real problems, they might fall into the trap of constantly not telling other people what they really think and feel, and then becoming very frustrated and passive-aggressive that their needs are not met. So again, this person will need to tap into extroverted sensing and learn to take charge and take control of what is happening, and not always being the person who is bossed around by other people, or the person who kind of becomes extremely flexible and adaptable to what everyone else does, but not what they want. So thank you guys, thank you a lot for watching this video. I hoped it was useful for you to understand some of the different dynamics that occur with respect to the INFJ and the different Enneagram types. Of course, I will go into detail and talk about the other Enneagram combination in future videos, so don't miss out on that. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next week with another video on MBTI and Enneagram combinations.